Good morning, everyone. The topic for today is money. Money is often misunderstood as something solid, something you own, store, and protect. But in truth, money behaves less like a rock and more like water, or even better, like energy. It flows, it moves, it transfers from one hand to another, and the moment it becomes stagnant, it begins to lose its vitality. Think about a river. A river that flows is alive, fresh, renewing, nourishing everything it touches. But when water is trapped and becomes still, it turns murky, stale, even toxic. Money follows the same principle. It does not like to be idle. It seeks movement, exchange, circulation. It thrives in motion. This is why some people can hold on to money tightly and still feel poor, while others circulate wisely and seem to attract more with ease. Money as energy. When we say money is energy, we are not speaking metaphorically alone. We are describing its behavior. Energy must move. It is transferred, exchanged, and multiplied through interaction. Every dollar you receive came from somewhere, someone's time, effort, creativity, or risk. And when you spend it, you pass that energy forward. It becomes part of a larger cycle. Goods, services, ideas, and value constantly being exchanged. Napoleon Hill emphasized this in his philosophy of wealth. He taught that money is attracted not by desire alone, but by value, by the energy you put into the world. In Think and Grow Rich, he suggests that money flows toward those who understand how to organize energy, thoughts, actions, relationships, and purpose. Money is not chasing people who cling to it in fear. It flows toward those who understand circulation. Why money does not like to be idle. When money sits idle without purpose, it weakens. Inflation slowly erodes it. Opportunities pass it by. More importantly, the owner's mindset becomes one of fear, fear of loss, fear of spending, fear of risk, and fear blocks flow. Niccolo Machiavelli, thought often associated with power and politics, understood something very practical about resources. Control is not about possession alone, but about movement and strategy. A ruler who hoards wealth without deploying it loses influence, but one who invests it wisely into alliances, infrastructure, or opportunity expands power. The same applies to personal wealth. Money that is hidden, unused, or hoarded without intention becomes passive. But money that is directed into investments, education, business, or even meaningful experiences creates momentum. It begins to work. The balance, circulation versus carelessness. Now, this does not mean you should spend recklessly. This is a difference between circulation. There is a difference between circulation and leakage. Circulation is intentional. It is guided by purpose. It multiplies. Leakage is unconscious. It is driven by impulse. It drains. The key is not just to let money move, but to direct how it moves. Imagine money is a servant. If you give it no instruction, it wanders off and disappears. But if you give it a mission, it returns with more. What should you do with your money? To align with the nature of money as energy, there are few principles that become almost universal. First, give every dollar a purpose. Money needs direction, whether it is saving, investing, giving, or spending. Each dollar should have a job. This creates clarity and prevents waste. Invest in flow, not just storage. Saving money is important, but saving alone is not enough. Money must grow. Investing, whether in stocks, real estate, or business, keeps money in motion. Money that works for you continues to circulate even when you are at rest. Exchange value, not just time. This is one of Napoleon Hill's deepest insights. If you only trade time for money, your flow is limited. But when you create value, ideas, system, knowledge, you expand your earning potential beyond time. Money flows toward value creation. Avoid emotional spending. Impulse spending is like poking holes in your water containers. The energy leaks out without return. Conscious spending, on the other hand, is an investment in your life or future. Ask yourself, will this circulate back to me in some form? Growth, joy, opportunity? Keep money moving in healthy cycles. A powerful principle is this: earn, save, invest, give, reinvest. Each stage keeps money alive. Giving, especially, is often misunderstood, but it reinforces abundance. It signals that you are not afraid of flow. How to attract more money? Attraction is not magic. It is alignment. Money flows to those who understand its nature, respect its movement, direct it with clarity. Napoleon Hill spoke of definiteness of purpose. When your financial goals are clear and backed by belief and action, you begin to organize your life around attracting opportunities. Machiavelli would add another layer: strategy. It's not enough to want well. You must position yourself where money flows, in growing industry, around capable people, and environments where value is exchanged rapidly. Money rarely flows in stagnant environments. The hidden block, fear of loss. One of the greatest reasons people stop the flow of money is fear. The fear losing it. They hold on to it tightly, but in doing so, they also block its growth. This is the paradox. The tighter you grip money, the less it moves. The less it moves, the less it grows. Confidence, not recklessness, is the solution. Confidence comes from knowledge, understanding where to place your money and how it behaves, becoming a person money flows to. Ultimately, attracting money is not about chasing it, it's about becoming a kind of person who naturally receives it. That means you create value consistently, you think long term, you act with intention, you are not controlled by fear or impulse. Money recognizes discipline, it responds to clarity, it multiplies through purpose. When you align with these principles, something subtle shifts. You stop seeing money as something outside of you and begin to see it as something that flows through you. And like any current, it grows stronger the more wisely it is directed. Final thought. Money is not your enemy, nor it is your master. It is a force, a current of energy moving through human hands, guided by human decisions. If you let it sit, it fades. If you waste it, it disappears. But if you direct it with wisdom, it returns, often with more. So the question is not how much money do I have? The real question is how well does money flow through my life? Because in the end, wealth is not just about accumulation. It's about movement, rhythm, and the quiet mastery of knowing when to hold and when to let it flow. Thank you so much, and I hope you understand it a little bit about money. And please click like and subscribe to hear some more insights about wealth and happiness.